Coming up, we take a look at your Beavers basketball teams and much more.
Cold weather temperatures are here now, but will be sticking around for the weekend. Find out during my full weather forecast.
We'll take a look at the state volleyball championship going on at the Dome right now too, along with MSU baseball. All that and a whole lot more right here on MSU Inside Out. Good afternoon and welcome to MSU Inside Out. As always, I'm Nolan Axon, but sitting to my left is a little bit different of a person today. Alexis, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Of course, Alex is out. Happy birthday. Shout out to him.
Yep.
As he turns the big 2-1 just the other day, I think it was too.
Yep. I think it was yesterday, actually.
Yeah, so he's back home celebrating that, so it's good that he can get some time away. But again, thanks for stepping in and doing this. Big show coming up today, Alexis.
I know, we got lots going on, it seems like. Sports are big today. We got the volleyball tournament.
Yeah, and for news, you take a look inside the holiday season. I know lots of stuff going on with that, but you mentioned sports. Chris.
Hey guys.
What do we got going on?
I know this pretty early in the show today. It's kind of weird.
It is. It's a bit of a change. State volleyball going on. I know you were over there for a little bit.
Yeah, got some footage. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get it for today's show. Maybe later. Yeah. But overall, it's going to be great. But first, I'm going to take a look at the basketball games from last night. Beavers basketball was in full swing last night as both men and women took on Dickinson State in non-conference matchups. First, the women took the floor, and the Lady Beavers failed to slow down the Blue Hawks. The Blue Hawks shot 76% from the first half, hitting 9 of 12 three-pointers, building a 32-point lead, and then held off the Minot State Beavers when they tried to rally, and the Blue Hawks would win 98-84. Carrie Clements would lead the Lady Beavers with 22 points of scoring on the night. The Lady Beavers' next action will be this Saturday at Lake Superior State University. The men would take the floor next in a nail-biter. Minot State would take an 11-point lead in the second half. However, the Blue Hawks would come roaring back to tie and then take the lead. However, the Beavers weren't done yet, as Minot State University sophomore Luis Maya, sank a pair of free throws with 1.3 seconds remaining to lift the Beavers to a 76-74 win over Dickinson State. The Beavers were even throughout scoring, but Tyler Rudolph led the team with 14 points. The Beavers' next action is on November 23rd against Mayville State at the Dome. Minot State hockey team is off to a great start of the season with a 13-0 record. They couldn't have done it without a great young goaltender like Holden Kurtz.
Holden Kurtz may not have the starting job, but he does have a lot of potential, according to head coach Wade Regier.
Well, you know, he's a great goaltender. I mean, he's certainly battle-tested. You know, I was fortunate enough to actually watch him a couple times, once in Minot, and then obviously in the state game against Minot High. And, you know, talking to his coaches and talking to other guys that have seen him play, I mean, he's one heck of a goaltender. For him, he's a young guy with a lot of potential, and that's certainly what we saw, and that's really excites us about him being on our program.
Holden is off to an impressive start as a Beaver with 2 wins under his belt. One against a top 15 school, and the coaches say he's playing like a veteran. Yeah,
he played well. We gave him the start on Saturday night. He's probably the youngest goaltender to start in the ACHA in a number of years, especially against the team inside the top 15. And you know what? He shows poise like a true veteran, as if he's been around for a couple of years. You know, it's Arizona's a great team. They're ranked number 14, and he played solid. You know, he made critical saves at key junctures, and he certainly didn't look unfazed whenever we had a couple breakdowns. So he played solid, and really he gives us another option in goal, and that's what's exciting about having him on our roster.
Morgan Martell is happy to have Holden back there, because he understands, like a veteran, that you have to have your teammates back when they make a mistake.
I mean, he communicated well, went on and stopped pucks, and he was there. If we screwed up, he made the save, and that's the biggest thing. I mean, we're all a team. If one person has a letdown, someone else is there to pick us up, and he was always there, always made big saves.
Holden got his start in hockey by watching his dad play, and as for the goalie part, not even he knows that.
I loved going to watch my dad in men's league when I was younger, so that might have been it, why I played goalie. I'm not sure. My dad didn't play goalie, or my brother, so that's kind of a mystery to me right now, so I'll have to figure that out.
Kurt's favorite part about Minot State hockey? Simple. Winning.
You know, tradition, winning. Love winning. Obviously, everybody does. But in being around the guys, it's obviously a bonus of it too.
And the team is heading to Midland this weekend. Also, there is a schedule change with the hockey team's schedule, as Augustana will not play them at home on the 11th and 12th. Instead, they will have a home-and-home series against Wilson State on the 10th and the 12th. They'll go to Wilson on the 10th and be here on the 12th. State volleyball is happening as we speak, right across the way. Thus far, the games have been nothing but exciting for the fans. Thus far, in Class B, Langdon has beaten Hazen 3-1. Pirates have sailed away with a victory over Shiloh Christian 3-0. The games will continue through Saturday. And you know, that's just a great thing that Minot State can hold a thing like that, like state volleyball tournament. It's a big thing.
Yeah, lots of teams there. I went over there and they had a huge crowd, so definitely pretty successful over there. But today we have Mitch Lundy, and he helped coordinate the state volleyball tournament. So just tell me a little bit about how the tournament's been going so far today.
Well, right now it's we just started, so it's always hectic that first day. You know, once trying to get everything going, always is tough. But you're just kind of worried about making sure things are all set. But once the volleyballs start flying, it's a go. And so far we had a great start, and they're starting to get ready for the 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock games right now, matches.
Yeah. So tell me some of the teams that have made it to the state tournament.
Well, in North Dakota, there's 8 Class A schools, which is quote-unquote the big schools, and then we have 8 B schools, and they're divided in regions. Our Redeemers from locally is here, a lot of Bismarck schools, some Fargo schools. So just a kind of a gamut of, we have very small schools that are here with 40 kids are in their enrollment, and we have schools with 1,000. So just kind of a mix of a variety of different schools, which always makes it fun.
Yeah, and having that mix of schools, it seems to bring in a lot of different people, from the state of North Dakota. So how do you think that has helped Minot and Minot State? Well,
I mean, anytime that, if you've been to the Dome lately, they have the new video board, and that's been huge. That's quite the enhancement for the Dome. It just kind of adds a little flair, and it makes it a top-notch facility. So, anytime you're having any of the tournaments that are statewide, then you can show off your facilities. That's what we want to do. So, we appreciate Minot State hosting it, Mr. Hedberg and his staff, and all the kids that are, the students. I guess I call them kids, but the people going to the U are helping out, and it's appreciative. So.
Yeah, so you've gotten to watch almost all the games, or?
Yep, watched. There's 4 matches already. They're, anytime the kind of the first rounds can be sometimes can be quick, but then there's also a couple of Grand Forks, Red River, and Bismarck just had quite the match. So there's always just like anything, good volleyball is fun to watch when they're bump setting, spiking, diving. That's when it's fun. So. Hopefully Alex isn't doing that on his 21st birthday when he's out celebrating.
Well, we can cross our fingers. So what are some of the highlights of the games that you have seen so far?
Well, just like anything, it's, the highlight to me as an activities director, that's my main, is just having kids have opportunities to just play and be involved and, coach, student manage. Whatever they get to do, it creates lifelong memories, and kind of cliche-ish, but these are the things people remember, and it's the math class and things like that. But you remember the bus rides to state, you remember being in the hotel room at state, and the funny things that go on, and so when people win, lose matches, that's all good, and everybody can't be the state champ. But on that note, there's a lot of people that have had very enjoyable experiences through high school athletics and college athletics that paid off in the end. We either win, lose, and learning to accept failure, learning to accept a coach that maybe you didn't agree with. All those different things are, I call them life lessons. So as always, there's life lessons all the time, and you just try to become a better person. Hopefully they enjoy it.
Yeah. Tell me about the game coming up at 6 o'clock.
Well, there's our Redeemers. The local team is playing at 6, I believe, and they take on Ray, who's one of the smaller schools, and that'll be just a good match, and then anytime you have Bismarck Century and they'll be playing. St. Mary's, Bismarck St. Mary's, and who else I got? I can't even think offhand. West Fargo. So just like anything, if you go over, there's a lot of excitement. People are excited to have their teams there, and that's what makes it fun.
Yeah. So like you said, game tonight at 6 o'clock with our Redeemers, our local team in Minot. Yep. So coming up, we have weather, sports, and news. And now we'll toss to our underwriters.
Thank you to all of our underwriters.
All American Trophies for all your custom screen printing and embroidery needs. Located on South Broadway.
Art Main, women's clothing, accessories, and art supplies. 13 Main Street South.
Buffalo Wild Wings, sports, great beer, and food located on South Broadway across from Walmart.
Digital Office Center, technology solutions for every business need. Located in Minot and Bismarck.
MSU Beaver Hockey. Visit us online at msubeaverhockey.com or on Facebook and Twitter.
MSU Athletics, NCAA Division II, promoting good character and a positive experience. Red Rising.
Red and Green, Minot State's official student-run newspaper.
Midwest Oil Jobs brings employers, retailers, and other professionals from the Midwest to connect under one roof.
Bridgeford Construction LLC, for all your concrete needs, residential and commercial.
Jacobson Music, a family-owned music business with 3 retail locations in Dickinson, Bismarck, and Minot.
Pepsi, the local Pepsi Cola bottling company serving the North Dakota areas of Minot, Dickinson, Devils Lake, and Bottineau.
Fiancé Bridal, located in downtown Minot, and now you can shop online.
Watney Realtors, full-service real estate agencies handling residential, commercial, and investment properties. You can visit them online at minothomes.com. Watney Realtors Carrie Montoya, located on Northwest Broadway.
Spicy Pie, pizza, grinders, beer, located at the Beaver Ridge Plaza.
Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream. Good times to be together.
KYYX FM 97 Kicks, today's hot new country.
KCJB 910 AM, Minot's news and information station.
KIZZ FM Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
KZTR FM 105.3 The Fox, Minot's rock station.
KRRZ 1390 AM, Minot's classic hits.
KXMA Mix 99.9, Minot's best music mix.
MSU Art Department, stimulating creativity campus-wide by providing exhibits and art events.
Pita Pit, fresh thinking, healthy eating, located on South Broadway.
Qdoba, easy, on time, full of flavor.
iHeartMedia, providing multi-platform advertising and marketing opportunities for partners and world-class entertainment for listeners.
El Azteca, authentic Mexican cuisine, fresh and fast.
Welcome back to MSU Inside Out. Again, I'm Nolan Axton. Had an action-packed show, but before I talk about that, I want to say thank you to Taco John's, who recently signed on as another underwriter. So we'll have to get them in on our underwriter scroll too. But yeah, lots going on in the show, and now I'm joined here by senior on the MSU baseball team, kind of a utility player as of late too. Played a little bit of infield, played a little bit of outfield, and DH'd a little bit. Keith Ailes from Bozeman, Montana.
Yes, sir.
He's a broadcast major here.
I
Fun
am.
fact for everybody at home, he also runs the cameras for us in this little studio that we're in. Keith, thanks for joining me today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Little chilly out. You guys have moved inside from your fall ball as that ended, but you guys are still like super busy in the fall semester. You don't play any season games, but you prepare for the spring semester. So tell us a little bit about what you do through fall ball.
We stay really busy. I mean, once fall ball was great. I really liked what I saw out of a lot of the new guys we had. Big group of freshmen, brought in a bunch of pitchers from, compared to last year, we kind of struggled with our pitching staff. So we brought in a bunch of new guys. The fall was great. A lot of hard work there. And then that led into our indoor work, which we have going right now, doing weights, and we do hitting and defensive groups in the mornings for the hitters and infielders, outfielders, and then we'll do pitching groups for the guys who are pitchers, and they've been doing all kinds of new stuff. We got a whole new program for our pitchers, and I think it's paying off for them real well. So we're staying busy.
Yeah, and you talked about bringing in a bunch of new recruits, lots of them from all all over America and some even from Canada too. You guys had a really big recruiting class this year, but you're talking about how you're moving inside, and you say winter ball. We're here in North Dakota. People don't really think winter ball and North Dakota weather goes together really good. It's pretty bitey outside, I'll say. So does it kind of get tough as a player to be cooped up indoors for 6 months out of the year? Because even after the semester, you guys come back and you're up early working in the dome.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, it's a grind. I mean, when you're going from AM hitting to lifting with class in between and then come back, get some more work in, and it's tough. It's kind of keeping us cooped up in there. It's hard on us, but I mean, we bust our butt, and I think that kind of gets us even more excited to get outside come February once we head down to Idaho for our first games this year. So yeah, once we get back from Christmas break, we'll get right after it and start with our 6 a.m. practices first day we get back, and get after it and get us ready. So I'm excited.
Yeah, and you go to Idaho, you go down to Arizona. You guys take a lot of trips preseason, and then conference starts. So how do you expect the team to do this year? I know a couple years ago missed the conference tournament just by a little bit. You didn't finish last year how you wanted to. Is this season days of better to come?
I'd say so. From what I've seen so far, I've seen a lot of improvements, and which we lacked on was pitching last year. Picked that up, and we've always been able to hit pretty well. And we brought in a couple more hitters and a couple middle infielders, which was also what we were lacking. So put all the pieces together, and things are looking pretty good. I'm excited to get down to Idaho and get outside, so it'll be, I think it's going to be a good season compared to past.
Well, yeah, I want to wish you luck in the upcoming season and through winter ball. Thanks again for joining me here. This is Keith Ailes, a senior, also a captain recently named.
Yes,
so
sir.
Congratulations on the MSU baseball team. Switching things over now. Usually we're going to sports right here, but we're going to go to news, and I know you got a ton of stuff today.
I do. I got lots of holiday stuff coming up, so it should be fun to talk about today.
All right.
The 7th Annual Lutheran Campus Ministry took a Sunday soup kitchen to a whole other hotter level. Pastors from all over the Minot represented their congregations by heating up the best chili recipes in hopes of becoming a cook-off champion. 10 pastors competed in the competition, and they spiced things up with themed dishes, including Star Wars and Noah's Ark theme. Pastor Christoph Schmidt said the cook-off is about more than picking out the best type of chili. It allows members of the church to celebrate the opportunity to keep their community well-fed.
I think any ministry is about feeding people, both physically feeding people and spiritually feeding people. And tonight, of course, we are physically feeding people. We're trying to let people know that God loves them, and to come be a part of a ministry, whether it be a local church or your ministry on campus. It's about that community and knowing God's love for them.
Winners were chosen by a crowd vote and took home plaques along with full bellies. With the holiday season creeping around the corner, families are starting to shop for gifts to put under the tree. The North Dakota State Fair Center filled with more than 100 vendor booths for the Pride of Dakota Holiday Showcase this past weekend. Shoppers purveyed a variety of products, including food, household decor, and jewelry. Kelly Wald says the food items are most popular around the holidays because people like to send their loved ones to give them a taste of what North Dakota has to offer.
And you're also, getting something that was handcrafted by a fellow North Dakotan, that put the time and sweat and energy into making it.
The Pride of Dakota Holiday Showcase returns each year in early November for those who are anxious to get their Christmas shopping underway. The brass band of Minot gathered at Ann Nicole Nelson Hall for a holiday concert to get people into the swing of the seasons. More than 40 professional musicians participated in the band to bring some of their favorite Christmas songs to life. Tuba player Rod Wilson says that being part of the brass band is a humbling experience because he gets to play with some of the best musicians in town. The concert is one of his favorites because people in the audience light up when they hear classic Christmas songs. Wilson says the spirit of the season even rubs off on the musicians performing.
Those pieces are all great pieces, and like I said, if you walk away with here, normally there'll be a song you'll be singing the rest of the day or tonight and even into tomorrow.
The brass band of Minot will host their next concert on Valentine's Day in Ann Nicole Nelson Hall. Minot State University's annual Bone Marrow Drive was put on by students from 2 classes in hopes of registering new people. Students had register forms, swabbing stations, and information booths set up throughout the 2nd floor of the Student Center to show everyone how easy it is to save a life.
Minot State University student Chris Reineman registered at last year's drive and has been an active donor since. When he registered a year ago, he had to fill out a form and swab his mouth, only to find out that he was a match with someone who was in need. From that moment on, he started to donate bone marrow and continues to because he knows that a small act of kindness can possibly save a person's life.
With a very severe disease who receives bone marrow will be able to regenerate their cells into healthy cells and could potentially get better.
The bone marrow drive continued to register people throughout the day and into the night at the basketball game. A new country rock music group from Tennessee made the trip to Minot for a night of live entertainment. The band featured is Parmalee, a male group that has brought excitement to the country music business. The band has taken over the charts with their 3 newest popular songs, including Carolina, Must Have Had a Good Time, and Close Your Eyes. Parmalee consists of 2 brothers, their cousin, and a longtime family friend that found that they had a passion for music and they wanted to share that passion with everyone else. The band is looking forward to singing their hit songs and bringing some country rock sound to Minot.
I like them. I didn't realize who sang the songs that they sang, but when we started looking into it, I was like, oh, I know that song. Oh, I know that. I love that song. So yeah, we like their music a lot.
Parmalee performed at the auditorium Tuesday night. The pre-show was at 7:30 and Parmalee took the stage at 8 p.m. Local families, churches, and groups in Minot are working together for Operation Christmas Child. This operation challenges the community to give the gift of giving by bringing in a shoebox full of goodies for a child to open on Christmas Day. These gifts of joy will be sent to different countries for children living in extreme poverty and are affected by war, disease, and natural disasters. Families can fill a shoebox with toys, school supplies, hygiene items, and a letter to brighten up a kid's holiday. Minot Area Co-Coordinator Vanjie Johnson says that it warms her heart knowing that she is bringing so much happiness to a kid's day.
Many people come in, excited about bringing in boxes, and I love it when children come in with the boxes because they're excited to hand over a box for another child. Children just love packing boxes and presents for children. You just have to give them the chance, and they just love giving.
Operation Christmas Child continues through November 23rd. If you'd like to donate, bring a shoebox to First Assembly Church of God. And that's all we have for today, Nolan.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on, it seems like. I can remember doing Operation Christmas Child back in elementary school. We'd get a shoebox at school, take it home, fill it up with goodies, and take it back the next day, and they'd send it off. So that's always a really good cause.
Yeah.
Did you get to go to that Parmalee concert, though?
I did not, but I heard very good things about it.
I know, I'm a huge fan of them. I wish I could have made it, but unfortunately, never did make it out there.
That's okay.
But, talking about holiday stuff and moving into weather now, the weather outside is frightful. It's pretty cold, pretty windy.
It is, but the good news is that we've got a sunny weekend ahead, so I'm looking forward to that.
That's going to be nice. I'm really hoping the wind can turn around and blow to the west now, because I'm heading home this weekend.
Absolutely, for Thanksgiving.
I only used like a quarter tank of gas, yeah.
Yeah, well, you will be happy to hear, Nolan, that our wind is going to be winding down now, that our high wind warning is no longer in effect. And it may be cold right now, but we will be seeing those highs climbing back up into the upper 30s to mid 40s again by Sunday. Now let's take a look at our North Dakota weather outlook, courtesy of the National Weather Service in Bismarck. Today we saw wind gusts of up to 50 miles per hour in central and eastern North Dakota. Tomorrow it's looking to be mostly sunny to kickstart our weekend. And Saturday our highs are going to be around 25 to 35 degrees. Sunday will be mostly sunny and a bit breezy, and the good news is our highs will be back up to where we'd like to see them, between 35 and 45 degrees. And would you look at that, on Monday, the sun and the warm temperatures are likely to stick around at least for one more day. Honestly, the temperatures are going to be a bit chilly, bit on the chilly side this weekend, but hey, that sun will be shining, so we should all be happy about that. Now let's take a look at our current temperatures and what's happening in the Magic City. Right now, it's partly cloudy in Minot. It's 26 degrees, but it only feels like 7 degrees with that wind chill. So don't let that deceive you, especially if you're new to the area. Thankfully, the wind is finally calming down from those 40+ mile per hour winds we saw yesterday and earlier today. So right now, we've got about a 20 mile per hour wind out of the west-northwest, which seems much more typical for your average fall day in North Dakota. Our sunrise was at 7:50 this morning, and the sun has already set just a bit ago at 5:03 p.m. Tonight will be cold, and we will see an increase in our cloud cover with a low around 11. West wind 12 to 17 miles per hour, decreasing to 6 to 11 miles per hour after midnight, and winds could gust as high as 25 miles per hour. Sorry. So after the show tonight, we'll have to get our coats back on before we head out to the North Dakota State Fair Center for the Showcase of Businesses. Now for our Friday temperatures, tomorrow it will be mostly cloudy, then gradually becoming sunny with a high near 26. We'll have a northwest wind 7 to 14 miles per hour with gusts as high as 20 miles per hour. Friday night will be partly cloudy with a low around 12. West wind of 7 to 9 miles per hour. And Saturday will be partly sunny with a high near 29, excuse me. Southwest wind 7 to 11 miles per hour, and Saturday night will be mostly cloudy with a low around 19 degrees. Now Sunday, mostly sunny with a high near 43 and a bit breezy, but it will be mostly clear Sunday night with a low around 26 degrees. Now let's take a look at our extended forecast for our viewing area on Monday. It will be mostly sunny with a high near 38. Tuesday, we might start to see some more clouds again, and it's probably going to be a bit more cloudy and breezy for the middle of the week next Wednesday. And there's a 30% chance for snow that day as well. But guys, I've got to tell you that I'm really liking the way this weather pattern has been panning out. We've had kind of crappy, mediocre weeks, but it's always been nice on the weekends, so.
Yeah, sunny this weekend. Like you said, it's going to be a little brisk though, and I'm just glad this wind's stopping because, you know, it blows.
It really does. It blows.
So yeah, thanks again, Ashley.
Yeah.
Hopefully the snow can stay away for a little bit longer.
Right, we'll have to put on our coats now that we're going out to the business showcase tonight, but honestly, I can't complain. There's no snow.
Okay, thanks again, Ashley.
Yep.
Pretty decent show today.
I would say so.
I'll have to tip my cap to you for stepping up for first time hosting here, but you did good, and there was also lots of stuff going on.
Definitely.
Gonna have to say thanks again to our guests.
Yep, we had
Mitch Lundy and Keith Ailes stepping out from behind the camera and getting in front of it for once.
I know. It's different.
It is. It is a little bit of a change. Of course, again, thanks. Yeah, thanks to our guests. Like I said, like Ashley mentioned, the business showcase going on down at the State Fairgrounds tonight. We'll be broadcasting live from there.
Yep, we're all heading over there.
Only audio though, because it's a little complicated to get the video stuff over there. So be sure to tune in if you want to hear a little bit about that from us. On to our song of the week though, a new one from They Might Be Giants. It's called Ah. You can hear that song and a lot more right here on KBC Channel 19, the only alt station in Minot, North Dakota. Thanks for joining us, Alexis. Thanks for stepping up. I know it was a little bit of a change from the news desk. But yeah, being the utility player today. So thanks a lot. And we're going to be away for a couple of weeks as it's Thanksgiving, then it's the auction, and then we'll be back for our final show. And just like that, semester's over. So for Alexis Arthur, I'm Nolan Axton. Thanks for joining us on KMCU Inside Out.